Over the years, we have heard so many comments on how print is a dying industry and people will just go to their computer or smartphone. Well, it's been over 50 years and we have never been busier. M&T Printing Group has evolved over the years to adopt current technology and has been the leader in the print-on-demand industry. We do this by being team players and listening to what ideas from our younger clients, partners, and employees have to offer. I'm Mike Froome from M&T Printing Group. One of the main reasons M&T decided to support Business London's 20 in their 20s is that we see young people as leaders in the community. Youth today often get a bad rap, but they are not afraid to embrace change and do things differently than the generations before them. Business London's 20 in their 20s brings successful young people to the forefront and shows us older folks that today's youth are brilliant, impactful, and motivated. And it reminds us why it's important to engage with them. We embrace that and encourage our young team members to not only share their ideas, but to incorporate those ideas in our day-to-day operations. The future is looking bright with smart young people coming up the ranks, not just for M&T Printing Group, but all businesses. Every person focused in this year's list has shown us that they have the confidence and courage to overcome adversity and a pandemic, to become leaders in their careers. Congratulations.
A lot of the work that we do at XR Studios is kind of the core of my passion in the sense of building products that try to achieve improving people's lives. We like to design products that fit right into people's lives. And that can mean designing apps that help people explore their neighborhoods and get them outside into the world, using immersive technologies to make them experience really beautiful things out there. Or it can mean helping seniors experience the entire world through virtual reality when they don't have the ability to travel the world. We've developed this product, Engage Art. Its one goal is to get people out there in the world to explore their neighborhoods, their communities, by using this digital layer to learn about its past, its present, its future. We want them to be able to connect in with what exists there, but they can't see it unless they use augmented reality. And we're really excited to see kind of where it can take us and how it's going to help people connect and learn about their neighborhoods and communities.
I've been nominated for this award because of the business that I'm currently running, which is called In the Clear Zone. And over the last number of months, we made a large pivot into working into this business in order to help combat the negative effects of COVID-19 on businesses and people. There are a number of different challenges that we have faced in our work. Understanding what the need is in the market and then building a product that is solving that need. But being able to listen to your customers and listen to what people are looking for and then customizing products for them that help to solve their specific needs has been a challenge, but has also been incredibly an amazing learning experience and really enlightening. I'm really passionate about people. I love working with people and I love leadership and building teams. I would definitely say like working with people and making impact on the community is where my passions are.
When I was in college, I would have never thought that in my professional life I was going to help an airport with their COVID-19 response plan. It was not something that I thought was ever going to happen. So one of the greatest challenges for me was having to adjust to the timing of things that are being discovered about the virus and the protocol that changes within our local health unit. As we learn new things about the virus, also our behavior had to change. So trying to keep up with that was the challenge, I think, not only for me, but for everyone that is part of a business. Before COVID, I was able to bring cultural, artsy events, dance events to London, and I had the opportunity to teach Kizomba and Urban Kiss, which are dance styles that are new to London and really fun to learn. For me, starting these projects was a very natural thing because I was always interested in dance, I was always interested in airports, so naturally these were things that I wanted to pursue in my career and in my personal life.
My mission is really to be a part of the biggest forward movement for the African community when it comes to healing internal oppression and being able to show up in the world more authentically. I would not be doing a justice to my children, my future generation, and my people if with the knowledge and how I've been able to overcome, if I don't do something because I can. You know, I can do something about it. I have this creativity. I have the motivation, the determination, the heart for it, so why not? I like turning tables. I like challenging the status quo, and EvodiTV is all about that. EvodiTV is a place where we are able to really speak on these kind of truths. There are too many illusions. There are too many lies. There are too many things that this is not real. The truth will set us free.
I think the world of digital marketing is definitely a little bit elusive for a lot of small businesses. What I really enjoy about the role is that we're able to analyze the chaos that user behavior can be, and we're able to break that down and really make that into something that our clients can understand. I had moved from Cambridge to London, and that was actually one of the biggest risks I've ever taken. I knew nobody in London, no job at the time. Really got involved in the community, started doing a lot of networking events, putting myself out there, and that's really what landed me the job in digital marketing, and yeah, I've been loving it ever since. Being recognized as a business London's 20 in their 20s is a huge accomplishment for me. It means that the work that I'm doing as part of the London community is really making an impact on the people who I work closely with and the people that I'm involved with. So my word of advice would be to never be afraid to put yourself out there, taking risks and being vulnerable. Everybody has insecurities. It doesn't really go away no matter how successful you are. So really being true to yourself and putting yourself out there will ensure that the right opportunities find you.
Companies that have e-commerce capabilities are in a great position to manage a risk of having to have their brick and mortar location shut down. The biggest obstacle we had to overcome was the sudden development of a pandemic. We all of a sudden were asked all these questions about how the pandemic is going to affect your business and the future business years from now, and those are questions that I think are very difficult to answer without a pandemic hanging over your head. So that was something that really threw some uncertainty into the mix, and we had to figure out a plan and also a way to explain why everything was okay and why this was still the right decision. This really isn't like my kind of thing. Like getting recognition in a more public-facing space is something I'm definitely not used to. For the people that kind of recognize me here, I just am very thankful that they went out of their way to do that, because it's not something I expected or asked for, but it says a lot.
To be recognized for this award, it does feel very rewarding and flattering because I think working in the environmental nonprofit sector, a lot of our programs where the results are very long-term or they're very proactive, so to be recognized for the work that I'm doing feels very like I'm very valued and that I'm making a difference in my community. When I do something, I do it because I really believe in it, and then I put in a lot of work, like 110% of myself, to like really see that through. So I think that in the environmental sector, you really need people like that who are committed to a cause. Because like I said, at times it seems like, you know, climate change is such a big thing, like what can we do on a local level? The advice I would give to someone who wants to get involved in the environmental sector is to focus on the changes that you can make every day because they do scale up to make a difference long-term in our systems.
I get to work with a lot of incredible companies that are either new to London or they're growing here in London, and I get to help tell their story and give them a voice. I've also been able to help put London on the map by applying for different awards and recognitions. In the community, I'm really engaged in a number of different committees and boards. So I'm on the Fanshawe Alumni Association Board of Directors, and I'm also involved in the London Chamber of Commerce Marketing Committee. I think volunteering is very important. You get out of it what you're going to put into it, and there are so many incredible initiatives in the community and wonderful organizations that need support from people. So I love being part of that community and that energy that we have here in London. So in the community, whenever I can hear someone say that they've heard about the project I've been working on or I've been behind the scenes on, that's a victory, that's a win in my eyes. So it's great to be able to hear, what I'm doing echoed in the community.
I'm passionate about the work I do, but I'm also passionate about helping people as well. It just doesn't come down to printing, it comes down to they're trying to run a business, they're trying to start a new business. We have a lot of customers that are up and coming, and I want to help them. I want them to succeed in their industry as well. Getting the trust from my customers and our clients was huge for me. It took a while. I really had to prove myself with my knowledge in design and in print. And now I have customers that don't even question. I give them an idea and they roll with it right away. When I get that right away and that buy-in from them, it feels awesome. It feels like I've been accepted by them and that I'm part of their team. I don't just work for M&T Printing and the print industry, I also work for each of my customers. My advice to somebody at a younger age, just be to work hard. Be open to other possibilities. Something can come across you and it's not what you had envisioned or planned at all, and it could be the best opportunity for you. So just work hard, follow your heart, and you'll make it fine.
I founded Simply Nick Nutrition in 2017. It really started out with me doing some cooking workshops with people, some basic menu planning, and then it kind of evolved into a lot more in-depth one-on-one coachings. And I also have a e-commerce shop where I have some wellness-focused products from other local companies, as well as my apparel line. It's a whole wellness-focused brand that has coaching and online resources, podcast, blog, social media, all that good stuff. Overall, one of the key things that I love seeing in clients is them just picking up simple habits that slowly build on top of each other. Healthy eating and healthy living is so important for both our short-term and long-term health that when a client is able to feel better through healthy eating, movement, and lifestyle changes, it really also increases their quality of life, which is really exciting.
I was an international student at Fanshawe College. During that time, I was also working at an accounting firm where I saw people lining up for hours just to submit few information and then coming back the next day and repeating the process. That's where I found that there could be a better way to do this for people, and so me and my business partner, we founded TAXABLY. Accounting and taxes can be hard for people, right? It's difficult to understand. So we made it thinking it should be from the point of view of a user. As an international student, I also faced a lot of problems because I used to find taxes really hard because this country was foreign to me, the accounting terms, which made it all the more confusing. This motivated me to come up with something which is easier for people like myself, mainly focusing on newcomers to Canada, like families and international students. We also try to provide a bit of knowledge to people about personal finance when they come to do their taxes or when they file online, so that the next purchase or the next decision they make a little bit more educated one.
Every day running a startup, there's numerous challenges that present themselves. It could be technical, it could be sales oriented. It's all kind of depends on the day, but I can guarantee there will be a challenge. And for us, it's just mainly focusing on our organizational goals, having our objectives, our organizational key results, and just always trying to hit those and exceed those goals. Just staying on course is what we focus on doing, and kind of take the challenges as they come. In 3 to 5 years, we see ourselves being a dominant player within the clinical trial space, predominantly in North America, where major research organizations are using our platform to conduct their research, or every company's dream is to IPO, so that'd be awesome as well. My advice to anyone to jump into the space is that in itself. Just jump in. Don't be scared to take risks. It's scary, but at the end of the day, it's very fulfilling.
My passions lie in helping people, but also giving to people. I love to give, and so all of my businesses are either helping them or just giving, you know, say even the Eventify box, giving that to them and creating that special moment. I knew how it felt. Like, I had some brides who were crying when I delivered it, and I was like, I totally get it. Like, cry all you want, just do it, feel the pain, because I was also there. So just to, anything, yeah, if it gives me passion, then I will start that in my business. I'm the type of person that is just go, 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 so I don't really stop and smell the roses. So to have this nomination and to be recognized is huge, because I can stop and just, it's a good excuse just to, you know, take it all in and realize, yeah, I have done a lot in my 27, almost 28 years. So it's really cool just to kind of stop and notice that. My words of advice are never say never. When I went to Fanshawe, I was in an entrepreneur class, and I specifically remember saying, I'm never owning a business. Fast forward all these years, and I own 3 businesses, so my advice is, yeah, never say no to anything, and just never say never.
United Supermarket is the oldest Asian supermarket in London. When I was night shift cashier, a lot of customers know me, and they will come back for me because I try my best to talk with my customers. I try my best to help them. I try my best to remember all the customers like who shop there. I get to know like my customers, what they like, what they don't like. So I got the chance to let my boss know that how there's something my customers want to, our customers think that should be improved. For me, it's a big challenge because it's not only to learn the skill how to manage the store, it's also how to manage people. They have much more experience in this industry than me. So even though I say I'm the store manager, I'm the manager for them, but another side, they are my teachers too.
My passions lie in community. I ultimately, in every role that I have taken or have worked towards, it's been a community focus, because I know the importance of coming together and being one, and not segmenting or thinking that we have to work in this individual life. One challenge that I face in my work is certainly emotion. Working in animal welfare is very difficult. People are very passionate about the well-being of animals, as am I, and making sure that, above all, we are in it for the animals and our emotions are there for the animals. To receive this nomination, for me, it really meant that I was being recognized for the work that I had done in the last few years at the start of my career and going forward, and it really showed to me that I have the ability to be a leader in my community and to continue this momentum forward and into the next years of development.
So I was being recognized for Early Riser Cafe, which I own. We do a lot of community service, so we donate meals throughout the year to people in need, and this year we're doing a toy drive as well for the holiday season. I think it's important in business and in life to take care of others, and when businesses do that well, everyone succeeds. Last Christmas, we delivered over 150 meals. We put out a call to the community to ask for delivery drivers and received so many requests or offers to deliver that we actually had to turn some people down. That was really nice. I grew up doing that, volunteering with different organizations, and it just made sense when I purchased the restaurant to continue that and grow that as much as possible. Best words of advice I'd have for my generation is just to give back. Rising tide lifts all ships. There's a way to do well in business by doing good. I think that that's lost on a lot of people.
I'm a gig worker, and prior to the pandemic, all of my work tended to happen in rooms full of people. So being someone relatively new to freelancing, it was right around February that I felt like I was starting to kind of hit my stride, and was so excited to have work booked like a couple months ahead into March and April, and all of that disappeared. Then looking into ways to pivot, so I invested in the equipment I needed to be able to work. And it's actually opened up a wider variety of work. Biggest obstacle I've overcome is my own sense of shame, not understanding myself, not really loving myself, like understanding my identity as a queer woman, and just unfolding on this really beautiful journey towards self-acceptance and self-love has been the biggest obstacle, and also, like, by far the biggest gift.
My passions lie with kind of two main things, one of which is helping our planet and finding different ways to reduce our waste and support our planet and our local community. I love local, I love London, and I love that what I get to do every day puts money directly back into our community, into families that make the items that we sell, that also happen to be items that reduce people's waste. So it's a really wonderful mix of those two things, which is why I love what I do every day, because it's kind of my two biggest passions put into a cute little store in Worley. Having a wonderful, supportive customer base that was able to support us through this. If it wasn't for them, I don't think we would have survived running a business in a pandemic, but that definitely has been the most challenging part of running our business. Receiving this nomination means to me that all the hard work that I've been doing gets recognized, that the little anxious voice in the back of my head is wrong, and that the work that I do every single day that I love means something to our community.
Rachael Investments is basically a business where it allows me to help people buy their first income property, and we actually will end up doing a co-venture together, so we co-own the property. It's really transpired into Your First Income Property program, which is basically a program online that people can take, and that just allows them to actually learn the fundamentals of how to buy their first income property. For quite a few years, I was just a workaholic and really kind of devoted to just working, and speaking with the ones I loved, it was obvious that it wasn't working in my life, and through a lot of guidance and mentorship from the ones around me, I was really kind of able, most recently to kind of bring more of a holistic approach to life and making sure that everything works well in my life and not just business and career stuff. So I think that's been a super big challenge. For me to receive this nomination, I think it's moments like these that kind of reassure me that I'm doing good in the world and really helping people and having a positive impact.
I think my biggest passion is definitely science, particularly biology. I'm really fascinated by how far humankind has come in terms of understanding how life works and how it evolves, to the point where we're now able to sit at a computer and design a living system and be able to build it pretty much from scratch. So it's really fascinating. I'm very passionate and excited about the ways that this can be used to solve some of the biggest challenges we face today, like climate change, being able to feed a population of 10 billion people, and terraforming Mars, and who knows what the future holds. I think my words of advice for my generation and future generations is to take advantage of the information age that we live in and the accessibility of information. There's great courses that you can find for free online and on YouTube and podcasts. And also know your biology. I think it's really important. It's going to be very transformative in the 21st century, especially understanding how evolution works. It's not just a story about how we got here, it's also a story about who we are and where we're going.